I'm just gonna zoom. Look at the difference. Just see in the mirror, see if we need anything else. I'm gonna say no. Thank God, because that's taken me 2 hours. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Just in case you're new here, my name is Leanne and I talk about everything kind of makeup and beauty related, so if that's something that sounds interesting to you, then please subscribe. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my kind of go-to glam routine, updated 2021, you know, getting ready for clubbing life when we're eventually back, you know, allowed and the rules let us kind of be free. So yeah, this video is going to be me kind of talking through my fave products, my fave brushes, why I love them, and I hope you enjoy. So to start with, I'm going to be using the Benefit Total Moisture Moisturizer. So this is so good for kind of hydrating your skin. I do think kind of regardless whether you've got like super dry or super oily skin, that this product works really, really well for just kind of giving you that really nice silky base for your foundation. So I'm just popping that all over my face. I don't put it on my eyelids because my eyelids tend to get quite oily anyway. So if I keep looking off there, it's because my viewfinder's down there and I'm obviously very new to how to stay focused on the camera. Benefit Professional Primer. And I'm just going to pop that in my kind of more oilier areas, which tend to be my nose and my chin and a little bit of my forehead, mainly my T-zone. There's a lot of skepticism around this product. I feel as though a lot of people don't like it or I don't know, gel with it. But I think this is the product that I use on myself and I feel as though it kind of gives that really blurring effect, especially for those areas where there's perhaps more texture. You also do like a really mini version, so if you did kind of want to test it out and try it without going for the full size one, you could maybe give that one a go. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in the shade Barcelona, which is medium 4. And I'm going to be applying the foundation, not with a brush, with a Real Technique sponge. You can get these literally at like Tesco's, Asda's, any supermarket really, and they're only about £5 or £6. So this one is damp and this one is dry, so you can see the difference there. A lot of people will just kind of use it dry and drag in their foundation, or, you know, however you usually apply it. But if you dampen it, run it under the tap, squeeze out all the excess, this will change your makeup game forever. Just in case you didn't know that tip, I just thought I'd share that. Obviously you can see the size difference there. So when it's damp, it kind of melts your makeup into your skin, gives you like a really flawless finish. I much prefer using a sponge over a brush because I feel like it gives you more coverage almost. I mean, sometimes I do use a brush, yeah, but for today and my kind of go-to product would be the sponge. So what I like to do is I get the foundation itself and I put this, it's obviously very well loved. Just kind of 2 or 3 pumps on the back of my hand there, and then I dip it in with my sponge. And then using a mirror, I literally just press it and bounce this into my skin. So obviously my face is slightly paler than my body is because I don't like to put like too much fake tan on my face because I feel as though it can break me out a little bit. But you can already see it kind of gives you really, really nice coverage without it being too much. So what I'm going to do is I'll pop it over half my face and then you can kind of see the difference. This foundation is really good for whether you want kind of super full coverage or just a little bit of something. You can sheer it out or you can build it up. So note how I'm like bouncing and pressing this into the skin rather than kind of dragging and swiping. If you're bouncing and pressing it in, it's going to give you that really nice kind of flawless finish. You're going to be like pushing it almost into your pores, so therefore it will give like more of like a natural skin effect rather than it kind of sitting on the top of your skin. This foundation is obviously a little bit more kind of golden and yellow compared to my normal undertones. The reason that I have chosen this kind of more golden tone is because You can see it matches my fake tan a lot better than perhaps like a more pinky rosier undertone. So there we kind of have our base done. I've taken it kind of all over my eyelids, under my eyes, so kind of we have that really nice blank canvas almost. So for concealer, I'm going to be taking the Revolution concealer, and these are in the shades C5 and C7. So these are really good for giving you really nice coverage under your eyes. Like, they don't really crease. They're a huge shade range, affordable, blendable, brilliant. So I'm going to take C7 first and just put a little bit of that under my eyes. When I say a little, I mean a lot. So with concealer, it's different for everyone on how much you want to use. If you're going for, you know, something a little bit more natural, use less. So obviously this is kind of more my night out glam vibe, so it will be a little bit more heavier than perhaps I would do in the day. But these are the areas that I tend to kind of put a little bit of concealer. So I'm taking my same Real Technique sponge and I'm just bouncing it out. So obviously in regards to the shape of the sponge, a lot of people like to use like the tip or, you know, like whatever side of the sponge. But personally for me, I like to use the kind of bigger surface area, kind of gets the job done a lot quicker. So as you can see, that's kind of blending out really nicely. So these two products work so well together. So I'm just taking a little bit of that over my eyelids. I do have very kind of purple and veiny eyelids. So for powder, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. So this isn't like a little limited edition tin thing that I got at Christmas, but this is in the shade translucent. Tell me about a powder. You can't, because this is literally life. This is amazing. I personally, I've tried a lot of makeup products before. Nothing ever comes close to this. If you kind of want that really long-lasting, flawless, smooth skin, this is going to give you it, and it adds longevity to your makeup. Potentially a holy grail product here. Hopefully you'll see what I mean in a moment. Taking a little bit on the pointy edge of my sponge, and I'm looking up and I'm just pressing that under my eyes there, and then I'm just taking any excess and just kind of pressing that into my skin. So this is the same damp sponge, it's not a dry one. Using a damp sponge, you can see how it just melts into your skin super nicely. So here's my skin after foundation, concealer, powder. So we're now going in with some bronzer. Oh, just to say, all the brushes that I'm going to be using in today's video are by Molly Cosmetics. This is their new brush range. I wish you could see these in person because the quality of these are unreal and the price point is also amazing. They were very kindly gifted to me, and I do have a discount code so you can actually get them at an even lower price. So for bronzer, I'm going to be going in with the Hoola Benefit bronzer. I love this product so much. I think if you've used it before, then you'll know why. I'm going to be taking this on an MC8 brush from Molly Cosmetics, and then like so, tapping off a little bit of the excess there. So this is kind of more of a cooler bronzer shade. So you can already see how that's acting like a really nice shadow, giving a lot more definition to my face. In my cheekbones, make me look a little bit more sculpted. My face is very round. So this kind of really helps to give a little bit more definition. And then I just brush a little bit over my forehead. And then I always just kind of take just a little smidge on the end of my nose. I then go in like more of like a warmer bronzer. So this is MAC Give Me Sun. It looks very well loved. Can you see that? So I just kind of put this, perhaps like slightly above. It just kind of makes me look a little bit more flushed and like less flat. And then for blush, I'm going to be taking the Life is a Peach blush from L'Oreal. And this is on an MC5 brush. This blush is so nice and it's so affordable. I think L'Oreal is obviously within a cheaper price range, which I think is really good. I'm just popping, if you can see there, just a little bit of colour. And you can also see it also has like a nice little glow in it as well. So that is blush done, and now we're moving on to highlighter. So this is the Illamasqua OMG highlighter. She's so beautiful. Can you see there? This is like a really nice kind of gorgeous goldy shade. So I put in a little bit of that on my Cupid's bow. A little bit kind of between my eyes, on my nose. Just a little bit on my cheeks there as well. And a little bit above the brow. That was a MC24 brush I used for my highlighter, by the way. Really nice and small and precise. So we don't have like a big light bulb streak up our cheeks. And then I go in with a brush that I use for like either bronzer or blush and kind of go in there so it kind of marries it all together, so we don't have any kind of like bronzer, blusher, highlight moment. It's all kind of blended seamlessly together. And for brows, I'm going to be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. So it comes with like a little brush one side and then a really tiny thin pencil on the other side there, here. And I usually start by just etching a little line along the bottom of my brow. And then just kind of bring it round. I just kind of elongate my tail end a little bit because it never grows there. And then same with the top, I just kind of, and I always kind of bring out this bit. You can see there, like a lot more. And then I come and round it down so it gives the illusion like I have a higher arch and it thickens it a little bit. And you can always go back in with your little brush and just ensure that we're all nice and neat. And I just do like a little line, you can see there, just at the bottom, and then I use this bit just to flick up. And then you can go back in with your brush or even your finger just to soften the front there, so you can see done brow, none brow. None brow looks so small. So the vibe we're going to be going for eyeshadow is kind of matte, smoky wing, quite soft but still kind of like sultry nighttime vibes as well. So to start off, I'm going to be going in with the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer and a Molly Cosmetics MC11, otherwise known as 11. I don't know why I said that. So now you're nice and zoomed in, you can see how I've got a little bit of creasing on my eyelids. My eyelids are really dry at the moment. I think it's because like hay fever season, I'm just constantly rubbing them. So on my MC11 brush, I'm just going to be popping this in my crease there. So you can kind of see it's just adding a little bit of colour. So this is all just the same bronzer, I'm just building up the colour. And I'm patting kind of on the outer edge and fluffing it in the crease. So I'm going to get my concealer, put a little dot on the back of my hand here. So this is the shade C7, just literally a little dot like that. And then on this concealer brush, MC17 brush, I'm just gonna, and then I'm just applying this concealer very roughly. Can you see? Just to give like a little tiny soft cut creasy, that you can see how messy I'm being. Just like so, to kind of show a little bit of like contrast between the light and the smoky area. And then going in with that translucent powder, on a MC12 brush. It's just like a little flat shader brush. I'm just gonna tap that over. Doesn't matter if it's kind of sprinkling down a little bit, it will just sweep off. With the bronzer, to just diffuse that line. So now we're going to kind of add like a smoky wing. So I've got like a really cool brown, almost grey eyeshadow. This doesn't have a name, but hopefully you can kind of see. So for that I'm going to be using the MC23 brush. And I'm literally holding the mirror like low, you can't quite see that, but low, and then I'm looking down and I'm just stamping the liner on there. So I just tap off a little bit of that excess because you can see it's already sprinkling down, but that's not a problem because we'll clean that up in a minute. And I'm just stamping that along the lash line. So this is going to add a little bit more depth to our eye. And using eyeshadow makes the look a lot more softer than perhaps using like an eyeliner. You can kind of see there, a little wing. So how I do my wing is I imagine my lower lash line here going up. So following that and just kind of naturally flicking and following that up. I really hope you guys can see what I'm doing. This is an MC22 brush, really like kind of small, little shader there. And along that line, I'm smudging him to make him look a lot more kind of blended rather than drawn on. And then on the same shader brush, I'm just giving him a little dust off on my hand there. Going in with the Give Me Sunshade. Just smudge that along the lower lash line. And then I'm going to get a little bit of my highlighter. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my inner corner. And a little bit just under the arch of my brow, not under the whole brow, just this little. That's obviously one eye done. Okay, so that is both eyes done. So I'm now going to be adding a little bit of mascara. So this is the Benefit Their Real Magnet Mascara. So this one's one of the newest ones they've come out with. It's so good. Again, a little pricey. We will be kind of adding some false lashes on. So this only needs to be a little coat. So for lashes, I'm going to be using the Red Cherry eyelashes in the style Savannah. So they're kind of really similar to the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes, but they're just like a little bit more something. So I'm just going to use those and pair it with the Olly Cosmetics Clear Eyelash Glue. It's looking rather gross because I love this glue so much. Oh, are these too much? You can still see kind of the wing, and I do like big lashes. Lashes are done, kind of glam because we are still pretending that we're going on a night out and that we're allowed. But yeah, that's the lashes on. So for lips, we're gonna keep them quite kind of nude and neutral. So this is the MAC lip liner in the shade Strip Down. It's like a really nice kind of nude. And I'll do just a little bit kind of thicker. Just in the middle part. So now I'm going in with the lipstick in the shade London. Really nice kind of brownie nude. So there's that. So obviously this is a matte one and I kind of want like a glossy lip, so I'm going to pop on some gloss over the top. So this is also from NYX. This is the shade Creme Brulee. Their butter glosses are amazing and they're so affordable. I think they're about £5 or £6. And like, this is just like almost like a little touch of pink. You can see it adds a really nice shine. These glosses aren't sticky either and they're super long lasting. And then for setting spray, I'm going to be going in with the Urban Decay All Nighter. Spray it at you then. You can see there. Whew. It's just, the smell is quite strange. And if you feel like you've got a little bit of like mist kind of on your face, you can just go with your sponge and just. So here is the finished look. So it's kind of like a matte wing with kind of full coverage, matte skin, but you can see we still have a little bit of, this is me trying to point to the right section of my face, but it's obviously mirroring there. So here, you can see like still like a nice little bit of radiance to the skin, bronzy, glowy, nude lip. Love it. You could obviously like amp this up more by adding perhaps like a little bit more kind of that smoky grey like under your whole lash line area, or you could even put like a brown in the waterline to make it a little bit more sultry. But I am loving the way. I'll take these clips out. So here is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed filming it for you. I definitely want to be doing more of these, so please in the comments leave little hints or ideas of, you know, things that you'd like to see perhaps. I hope the lighting and everything's been okay. I think considering it's my first one back and I was a little bit rusty, I feel like we've done okay. So if you did like this video, please consider subscribing, as obviously that really helps me out. I will link everything that I've used below. Some links will be affiliate links, so obviously do make a very small percentage of your sales. Obviously if that's not something that you want to be doing, then you know, you don't have to follow those. It's just, you know, easy links for you to check out the products that I've used today. But yes, I will see you hopefully on the next one, guys. Bye.